Hello and welcome back to the Kitchen Table Modelers Workshop. My name's Ian, it's my kitchen table where I do all my modelling. So what have we got for you today? Well, if you look over my shoulder here, you can see I've got a brand new kit just released from Meng. It is the Israeli Defense Force Heavy Armoured Personnel Carrier NAMER. Now, I did a few videos back, I did a kit review on the Hobby Boss Puma AEV infantry carrying vehicle, armoured personnel carrier, heavy armoured personnel carrier, whatever you want to call it. And this particular vehicle, the NAMER, is actually the vehicle that is taken over from the Puma. Bearing in mind the Puma was based on the old Centurion tank chassis. It's very, very, very long lived, and the Israelis have definitely gotten the most out of that, but time moves on. Now this, I believe, is based on the probably Merkava 3, maybe a Merkava 4 chassis. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure we'll find out. And it is designed to take over and move forward from the role the Puma fulfilled. Now, if you also remember one of my other reviews, we reviewed, I'll just grab it, Meng's Israeli Notchi Dem Galt heavy mine roller system. So we did the review for that. I'll put the link down below so you can have a look back if you want. This is the a direct accessory set for the NAMER kit, and obviously when I did the review for the mine roller, I had this kit in mind for that because I want to make the combat engineer version of the NAMER. So anyway, waffling on quite a lot. I'm really excited about this kit. I'm really excited to see what's inside the box. So let's get the box on the table, get the camera on top of it all, and then we can have a look and see what comes in the box. So we're down on the table, and first off, another amazing action shot from Meng. They always do have good box art, and you've got the vehicle here in the desert doing what the vehicle does on patrol with a crewman out the hatch. Now, let's have a quick look over the box. So this is the 1/30th scale Stegosaurus series SS018. Kit can be built as a NAMER heavy APC late version, or a command version, or a version with the trophy active protection system. All hatches are movable, clear, light, and periscope parts included. The folding stretcher is designed by Digital Sculpting, okay. SPS 021 Notchi. Okay, so this piece here is telling you that you can buy the mine roller kit as an accessory. We've already got that. We know we're going to use it when we build this. So what have we got here? Desert Eagle Publishing again. It's obviously in tie with Meng. And if we look at the side of the box, we've got AK Interactive paints and a side profile of the vehicle in the Golan Brigade of the Golan Heights, Golani Brigade, IDF Golan Heights, January 2017. We've got some of these obviously QI codes to scan, and then we've got the end, it's just a rerun of the top. And if you want to stop that, you can pause it and read it, a little bit of info. And then we've also got the copyright, and you see 2021, brand new kit, just released from Meng. And then same on the end. So let's have a look in the box. My box has been a little bit squished, but I don't think it's going to have damaged anything. I've had an experience of broken boxes from Mengs recently, and the kit content seems to have survived. So, right, you've got advertisement from Meng here. So you can look at that at your leisure if you want. We've got instructions in with this datasheet system. They seem to be included in a lot of the kits. And a box rammed full of plastic. We've got a little bit of photo etch, and we've got a little decal sheet. Right, let's have a look at the instructions first. So we've got the sticky flap on the front. There we go. So we've got the information sheet. Now this is in multiple languages. You can see here, this is the version with the mine roller on, which is the one I'm interested in. As I've always said, I do have a bit of an interest in combat engineers vehicles, so that's really why I came on to getting this vehicle. It's a good stout card. There's the information if you want to read that. You can pause it. And then we follow on from there, and then you've got the rest in foreign languages. It's interesting, but you know, it could have been printed in the instructions, maybe a bit gimmicky, but hey ho. Right, actually into the instructions. A nice sort of A5 booklet, glossy front cover, glossy paper. Opening up now. I'm liking what Meng's doing this with the instructions. I think they did the same with the F-18 I reviewed recently, whereby you've got parts you work in and then the parts you're affixing to the next part. It's very reminiscent of the sort of CAD instructions that Airfix have come up with. Very, very clearly laid out, concise, no problems there. Paint colours on them as well. So obviously starting with the road wheels, then we're going on lower hull, fixing on the suspension arms, final drive units. We've got the rear door for the crew access. This will be the exhaust outlet, and then we've got tracks. Now the tracks are one-piece tracks in this kit, which for a lot of people it might be brilliant because you don't have to spend hours putting together single link tracks. We'll see how well molded they are. And it's saying that they're affixed with cyanoacrylate or super glue, so it'll be interesting to see how well they go together. A little bit more detail there on the side for the rear carrier sponsons next to the crew access hatch, and then we get to step 10 where we're actually deciding which vehicle we want to do. So you've got the one that has the trophy system, you've got the one that has the turret, and then you have just the ordinary plain roof system. Make your decision and then be careful as you go through the instructions to make sure you're building the most appropriate segments for the vehicle you've chosen to build. We've got some small pieces of hinges, hatches, armaments, attachments, lighting units. 12, we're looking at the cupolas. We've got glass. Looks like it may be coloured glass, so it might just be a simple case of masking it up and then painting, and then you've already got the coloured glass on it. It'd be interesting to see that. Cupola going on, a few little bits of greeblies. Hatches with a bit of internal detail. Hatches go on. Now it does say the hatches are removable, so if you want to put crew in it, that's really good. A little bit of photo etch going on there as well. Grab handles, armour applique going on, more grab handles. It looks like it is an armour protection plate for the commander's cupola. Yeah, commander's periscopes and weapon mount station. So bang up to date modern detail. Right, so this is when you start getting to the separate areas. This is the trophy system that's being built together for the trophy variant, which is actually the one I was wanting to build. So that goes right through the sections, building all the pieces up and then assembling the modules, trophy modules on either side of the upper hull, paying attention to drill holes where needed. And then this would appear to be attaching smoke grenade launchers and aerial antennas. This is you building up your smoke grenade launchers. Attaching these. Now this is the second variant then, before this got the smoke grenade launchers, because on the first variant this is where the trophy system's attached. So it's obviously a modular construction in real life. So smoke grenade launchers, central coupler assembly or doghouse, whatever you want to call it, goes in the centre of the rear hull. Stowage boxes, and then you've got bar armour that goes around. Now I don't know if there's enough parts, or you can do it that's interchangeable so you can change your vehicles. I'm sure there will be quite a few keen models out there that have the skill level to do that. Finishing off the bar armour, and then upper hull going on. Now the upper hull going on here is showing you the one with the trophy system, but obviously this is the second option here that we're putting on. So a little bit back and forth on the instructions, but taking time, you will be able to follow them, no bother at all. Now we've got some parts of what appears to be the rear armor stowage bins with, you've got the old ball and chain armor to defeat RPG and other such heat type weapons. And it tells you ABC, AC, B. So you need to pay attention as to which build you're doing as to which rear end fitments apply. Again, you've got AC here and here. You've got B, which is subtly different with a different aerial antenna. And then you've got the rear crew access door, which is the same for all three variants. So quite a detailed build with lots of options and lots of detail. It looks really good. Just bits of stretchers, stowage going on the top. These are the side armor mounts, both sides, front mud guards or track guards, and then the side armor plates going on. Again, they look all to be individual, which is fine if you want to display it with one or two pieces missing for damage or replacement, whatever. A few more bits of stowage, and then you're on to the vehicle protection weapons, your general purpose machine guns, 50 cal machine guns, and that looks like to be a mobile weapons system. Really quite interesting. And then after all that, that's attaching, finishing the mobile weapon systems, attaching the vehicle weapon systems, and then tactical markings going on the side. And then this part here looks to be about fitting the mine roller mountain assembly, which will be included in the other kit. I don't think this will be included in this kit. Yeah, so kit is sold separately. So these parts aren't in the kit, but it's telling you if you want to fit it, this is how you do it, which is really good. So it's tying the instructions together. And also it'll be keeping the kit price together down, because you've not got two kits together. So rear of the instructions, we've got a sprue layout, and then we will go into the markings, I would imagine, on the back, which in all fairness, it's an IDF vehicle, so it's not going to be too taxing. It will be a shade of cyanide grey. So you've got the first vehicle with the trophy system, the second vehicle with the cupola on the rear of the hull, and then lastly you've got the combat engineer's vehicle, which is quite plain. Color callouts: Meng, AK and Acrition, and then blank pages. So yeah, detailed instructions, lots to do, loads of detail, really interesting. Let's actually get into the kit. So if we look in the box, first thing we've got are very reminiscent of Dragon's DS tracks. I have to say they've got really nice detail, very, very flexible, so you know they're going to go on easy. There appears to be absolutely no ejector pin markings on them. I actually quite like them. They look really, really nice, to be honest with you. A little bit of flash here and there, but most of these tracks are going to be, you can see a little bit of flash just at the join. If I can get it to focus, there we go. A little bit of flash in some of the drive dog holes, but most of the tracks are going to be hidden underneath the side armor. Easily obtainable if you want to get either plastic replacements or metal replacements, but for those of us that just want to build it and get on with it, they will be fine. Right, decals and photo etch. I'm not going to take them out of the bag because they will be fine. Meng's photo etch is always really, really nice, and the decals are always fine too. Looking at that, Meng have done it again. There's no connection tabs. Sorry, the glare. There's absolutely no connection tabs for the photo etch parts. So no cleaning up, just remove from the adhesive film on the back and get them on the model. 10 out of 10 for Meng. Right, first bag. Again, Meng has gone down the route of Tamiya, and they're using staples in the bags, which Like it or loathe it, it is what it is. Just be careful as you take them out so you don't scratch any of your parts. Now, first off, Meng's plastic. It is, if you drop it, really crisp, solid, firm plastic, lovely styrene. It's almost an off-white color, really light gray, something like XF19 in color. It's not completely white, but it's a very, very light gray. Detail, let me see if we can get a focus on this for you. There we go. Now you can see the detail is absolutely popping. If we look at the top of this turret here, you can see it's got the sand texture in it for the anti-slip. Absolutely stunning. And on top of these bins here, absolutely stunning. So another job you don't have to do. That's going to take a detail wash absolutely beautifully. Look at the bolts, the raised details, recessed details. The panel lines are all even, nicely scribed, really well defined. You've got hinge details, handle details in there. You've got, you know, cap details for filler points. The anti-slip texture is just beautifully done. Really, really nice indeed. 10 out of 10 for Meng for that one. Right, next sprue. So this has got your ball armor, it's got bar armor on it, it's got radar and radio antennas, it's got the vehicle protection weapons. Let's have a look. So this is sprue F. Beautiful, beautiful molding. What can you say? Meng has knocked it out of the park once again. Very fine, very crisp. If you look at the detailing on the stretchers, the folded material, looks fantastic. No flash whatsoever. Not even a hint of flash anywhere on the sprues. If we look at the sides, minimal burring. So you're going to have very easy cleanup. There's one or two ejector pins, but they're not in anywhere that you're going to see them on the reverse of parts. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with that. Let's have a look at the machine gun, shall we? There you go, look at the detail on that machine gun. Beautiful, beautiful, fine moulding. Really no burr marks at all. I'm actually quite surprised on that, especially on like the cylindrical parts. Minimal cleanup. Yep. Meng, just at the level Meng I've become renowned for. They always, every kit I've built from Meng has been a fantastic kit, and certainly the last F-18 I reviewed a few videos ago, I was blown away with the level of detail, certainly in the wheel wells and that, and again, Meng has done it again. So this looks to be part of the hatches and such like. In fact, no, they're actually the side skirts. Again, beautiful detail. Just feeling the molds, maybe a little bit oily for mold release. I mean, this is a brand new kit, so they may have put a bit of mold release in, but if you look at the turret hatches there, see if we can get a focus, you can see the beautiful, if it'll pick it up. There we go, see the anti-slip detail on it, absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. If you look at the finesse that's been molded into the side armor plates, mounting points, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And then if you look at the grab handles and the representation of the wire loops for stirrups for getting up the vehicle, a lot of Armoured models would replace these with wire. I actually don't think you need to. They're so fine, very minimal burning. You are going to need a really good set of sprue cutters to get these parts off without damaging them, but goodness gracious me, yeah, really quite excited about this kit. And not too many sprues by the looks of it. We're into a double sprue. Sorry, that last one was a double sprue, so that was obviously greevillies and the side armor plates. We're now on to the main road wheels and the suspension springs and suspension arms. Nice touch for Meng. Each of the arms is actually numbered there. If you can pick that, there you go, you can pick that up. So even once you've cut them all off, you're not going to get them modelled up. 10 out of 10 for Meng. absolutely brilliant. Obviously when you glue them on, this side's going to be to the vehicle, you're never going to see that. Really, really well done. A little bit of burring on the top of the spring, or the bottom, depending on which way it goes on, probably the top by the looks of it. Again, you're not really going to see it. Bolt detail on the wheels, you can feel it under your thumb finger, really, really sharp. It's going to hold a wash beautifully, take a dry brush beautifully. Separately molded wheels, which makes things lots easier. And it may appear that you've also got separately molded sort of inner rim parts of the wheel construction. So all in all, you could paint all this up separately and then assemble it together and not have to worry about it, but really nice. Okay, so this is the second last bag of sprues, and again it's a double sprue. So pull these staples and we can have a look. Tear the bag, I'll take one out and leave one in. So this has got the drive gears. Again, you can see the bolt detail on the final drive housings. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning indeed. We've got mud flaps here. Lovely detail. Spare track links. We've got return rollers. We've got the axle ends, hub ends for the main wheels. And we have more side armor holders. We've got front recovery eyes here. Very, 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 very fine detail here. Very fine, and very fine sprue attachment points. Beautifully fine lifting eyes there. Absolutely stunning. Really nice detail. If you look down in the detail of the return rollers here, I can get that position straight. There you go, all the bolt detail in there. I mean, you're not going to see it once the armor plate's on. If you choose to display it with the armor plate off, you will see it, and you'll be able to detail it up. It's looking fantastic. Okay, and last but not least, for the main sprues, it's the biggest sprue. This has got all the different options for, I'm going to open for the whole top. So you've got the combat engineer's vehicle, you've got the command vehicle, and you've got the trophy protection system here. So looking on the reverse, okay, and there is one or two ejector pin marks. You're going to see none of them, so it doesn't matter. Looking on the front, oh mercy me, look at the detail you're getting there on the trophy protection system mounts. That is absolutely stunning. You've got all the hatch detail, grab handle detail, hinge detail. It's slide, if I can get my words out, slide molded. So you've got the side detail as well, all molded in one piece. And then you've got the anti-slip texture over the whole lot of it. Absolutely stunning. I mean, really amazing stuff. And you can spend hours. There's another upper hatch, all got the anti-slip detail in. You've got side armor skirts here. You've got the front and rear sections that are turned up. This will be the option here, I think, for the smoke discharger. Beautifully, beautifully molded. Very fine, highly detailed. A pleasure to see in styrene. And as I always say, I can't wait to build it. I really can't wait to build it. Although I do have quite a lot of builds on the go, so I really will just have to put this back in the box and wait its turn. But goodness me, goodness me. Right, you've got a hull and upper inlet bag. You've got a couple of small sprues, so I'm not going to take this out. But you've got the vehicle protection weapons. This is the 50 cal. You've got a number of barrels. It is slide molded, so you do have hollowed out barrels, which is amazing. You've got an ammunition belt here, which looks stunning. All in all, brilliant. And then you've got the main receiver body of the weapon, even slide molded with the cooling holes in the cooling jacket. Absolutely stunning. Yeah, Meng, hats off to you. Absolutely brilliant. You have got the clear glass, and unfortunately it's not coloured, but it is absolutely crystal clear.
So it would be no problem in just giving it a spray of clear red, clear blue, just whatever colour needs to go on it, or you could use the reflective coloured foil behind it and get that sort of coated glass look to protect against laser weapons and such like. But yeah, stunning, stunning glass. And then the actual hull. Now this shows you I've got big hands, and that's a big, big lump of a model. As I said before, it is based on the Merkava chassis, probably a Merkava 3 or Merkava 4. And it is a huge, huge model. And if you put the mine roller on the front of it, it's going to be even bigger. And an amazing piece to display on any display table. So let's have a look. Right, so we've got separately molded idler wheels. Okay, and they look reminiscent from the Merkava 3 kit. Let's get them under the camera so you can see them and we'll focus them. Excuse my nails, I do bite and I've had a bit of stress this last little while, so they've taken a paste in. I am endeavouring to stop, but that's not talking about the kit. A little bit of flash, nothing that can't clean up, but really nice detail, should go together well. If these are what I am led to believe they are, they're from the Merkava 3 kit, they're actually going to be quite old as moulded parts, so there's no wonder there's a little bit of flash. It's not beyond the realms of any competent modeler just to clean those up and make them look good again. So we've got poly caps, a lower hull, really chinky, hard, solid plastic, beautifully moulded, even down. That's the problem when it's lighter plastic, is to avoid the reflection. There you go, you can see the well detail down the back of the hull. You've got bolt detail, you've got beautiful detail around where the suspension arms attach. Very clean, very crisp, little bit of flash, but nothing that, you know, swipe with a scalpel or a sander won't sort out. And if you look in the bottom, there you go, so you've got Meng. It's actually a 2020 copyright in this. So SS018 and then it's 0707. So yeah, last year's hull but released this year. And then we look at the top, and this is, oh, there we go. Look at the detail on that. This is going to take paint, washes, pigments beautifully, and it really, 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 really will stand out. I have to commend Meng. I'm really blown away, and I'm not a fanboy, but I just appreciate really well molded models. And when you go to town doing all the highlighting, you know, low lights, detail painting for all the tie down points, Israeli crews do tend to paint these red, and it really makes them stand out. And then you've got this beautiful non-slip texture that A, you're not going to have to do yourself, which is brilliant because it could take ages, and B, it's all nice and even and consistent throughout the whole model. So when it comes to trying to get the glare off it, when it comes to actually painting detail on this, you can have an absolute blast. And if we look in here, so we've got the same date stamps. It's a 2020 date stamp, SS0180607. So it's a 21 kit, but the actual molds were produced in 2020. And finally, if you look, you've got 6 huge locating pins that lock into 6 huge locating holes for a very firm, snug fit. And if we look at that, I'm putting no pressure on that whatsoever, and it's virtually seamless already. So by the time you put a drop of quick setting glue in there and a little hold, you're going to have minimal cleanup, which is going to make the build even more enjoyable. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Right, enough of me going through this. Let's get it back in the box and get back onto me, and we can have a sum up with some final thoughts.
So there we are, Meng's NAMER heavy armoured personnel carrier. First impressions of the kit, wow, absolutely stunning kit. The quality of the plastic is there, it's lovely, hard, crisp plastic. The quality and consistency of the detail is absolutely stunning, and I can't say that enough. This is a kit that's probably going to get jumped on by the aftermarket companies. You're going to get photo etch, you're going to get resin, you're going to get all these different options. But if you just take a breath, take a stand back, look at the kit, you don't need it. The detail in the kit is absolutely stunning. You've got the anti-skid or anti-slip surface already applied to the vehicle. It's perfectly in scale. It's going to take a wash beautifully. You don't need it. You don't need to do any of it. You don't need to apply all the aftermarket techniques for applying anti-skid. It's there, and it's in there in all the places it needs to be. The hinge detail's stunning. The plastic grab rails that you glue on are beautifully in scale, very, very minimal burring. You know, pop them on, let the glue dry, take a scalpel blade, quick swipe, bang, you're going to have beautifully in scale molded handles. The glass is absolutely flawless. You know, you've got options of either painting it with clear paints, or you can use the reflective foil, coloured foils behind it to give it that sort of coated look. It's stunning. So if you just want to buy a kit and build it and end up with a fantastic model, this is a kit for you, especially if you're interested in the Israeli Defence Force armoured vehicles. You know, there's a plethora of vehicles that they use, and loads of companies make them. But Meng are up there with them. They've got quite a number of IDF vehicles, and this one is obviously a bang up-to-date modern vehicle for the modern warplace. You've got the option of adding the mine roller as a standalone kit. You can build it, you can add it to this one to give it that extra difference, that extra added edge, change its role, give you more options if you want to make dioramas or such like. Absolutely stunning. Price wise, it's between, I think in the UK, 55 to 60 some UK pounds, might be a little bit more, might be a little bit less, depending where you get it from. Absolutely worth the bang for the buck. Is fantastic. Not a huge number of sprues. You obviously don't have a high part count because you don't have individual linked tracks, but what it lacks in quantity of parts, it more than makes up in quality of parts. So definitely worth the price that it's being pegged at. The tracks, as we mentioned in the video, beautifully molded, a little bit of flash in some of the drive sprocket holes, but nothing that can't be sorted out. No ejector pin marks on the reverse side of them. I've never actually used DS tracks, so I don't know how well they go together. It says stick them with a bit of super glue. Hopefully it'll do that. You know, worst case, you can bang a staple or something in there to keep them together. Or you can go down the route of getting aftermarket white metal tracks or plastic tracks. You know, the options are endless with modern Israeli vehicles. But if you just want to build it, put it together and weather it, they're going to be more than sufficient. So, do I recommend the kit? Yeah, I do. Absolutely. That's why I bought it. As soon as I saw it, I thought, well, now I need this kit in my collection. I've got the IDF Puma AEV, and now I've got the NAMER, which is the replacement to the Puma. So you've got that sort of lineage and history. Really quite excited about this kit. Quite excited to get it built. It's going to be a little while because I've still got loads and loads of builds to finish off, and then obviously a few for YouTube here, and obviously just a few for myself. But it will get built, and it'll probably get built this year. Don't know if I'll do a build video, but I certainly will do, if I build it, I'll do a build review. We'll get the plastic put together and then come back on camera and tell you how it goes. But I'm quite confident in saying that it should be fine. It's Meng, it's going to go together well. Take your time, make sure everything's clean. You're not going to have a problem. So it's definitely a highly recommended from me. Thanks for watching if you've gotten this far through the video. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below. I always take the time to read and answer any questions or comments put below, and I appreciate the time that anybody takes to put questions below. If you'd also like to like and subscribe the channel to help battle through the YouTube algorithm, well, that's fine. I appreciate that. But the main thing is, just wanted to get this review out to you guys so you could see the kit plastic and make up your mind as to whether you want to buy it or not. But yeah, I would say if you can get it and get it for a good price, it's definitely going to be well worth the investment. It's going to be a fantastic build. So, thanks for watching. Stay safe, guys, and until next time, happy modelling.